Rightio! So, we've had shit solos in 6 songs and 6 solos in shit songs. So now I think it's about time for something a little more positive. Today we are going to be looking at bloody perfect solos in bloody perfect songs. Firstly, I just want to address the fact that the other 2 videos, I know maybe a little bit more on like the controversial, perhaps like a little bit negative side. I just personally find this topic very interesting and I love getting a conversation going between me and you guys. I just want to make you guys see that just because various guitarists and musicians are, you know, famous and very well thought of, it does not mean they are infallible, it does not mean they are perfect, and to be able to critique and analyze and question really makes you grow as a musician. But having said all that, today we are going to chill a little bit on the spiciness. I just want to celebrate 5 of the, in my opinion, most perfect solos ever written in some of the most perfect songs ever written. Obviously there's like a monumentally sizable list of possible songs and solos to choose from. So I've created 5 categories and stuck 1 in each of them. Also today, I'm going to be giving you guys a break from my constant, unrelenting nattering. I'm going to be putting my money where my mouth is and playing the solos instead of just talking about them. Let me know in the comments what you think of my list and which ones you think you would add. Just on the off chance I do another one of these. So cheers guys, let's get into it. So my first category is an example of just a generally all-round perfect solo. I didn't really pick it for any specific reason, just the fact that the song and the solo in general are just fucking 10 out of 10 perfection. And the song is The Leper Affinity by Opeth. For our second category, I picked an example that really demonstrates how a solo can be used as like the absolute climax of a song at the end. Because this is one of my absolute favorite uses of a guitar solo. The song just like builds and builds and builds and builds, like you're holding in just like a monumentally huge piss. And the song just keeps like just teasing you, but then finally right at the end you find a urinal and just splooge everywhere. Oh, I just love that feeling of release at the end of a song where a solo just perfectly caps it off. And that song is Second Heartbeat by Avenged Sevenfold. So for my third category, I picked an example of a solo that is just incredibly brain dead simple. Because I know a lot of you guys think that I'm fixated just on like technical and like shreddy stuff, but that is not true. You know, I can appreciate a super basic solo as much as the next guy, but, you know, it does have to satisfy certain criteria. In my opinion, if you're gonna have a simple solo, the note choices have to be absolutely spot on. Like there's no room for error at all. It has to be perfect. Whether that means just following the chords perfectly and highlighting like tasty chord tones, or just absolutely nailing that phrasing. A simple solo has to nail those things and just have you humming that melody over and over again while you're eating your beans on toast. And for this category, my song of choice is Just What I Needed by The Cars. Alrighty, so for category number 4, I have gone with the opposite of the last category and gone for a solo that is just you know, beautifully technical. In my opinion, it's much harder to write a perfect technical solo than it is to write a perfect simple solo. Just because when you're playing something technical, it's very easy just to sort of go to autopilot mode and just play lots of like, you know, bog standard stock recycled licks. So I think most of the perfect technical solos out there are just really, really well thought out, well composed, and also have plenty of feeling. You know, just because you're playing lots of notes and technical stuff, it doesn't mean that your solo has to be completely like, you know, robotic and clinical and devoid of emotion. And so my pick for this category is The End of the Beginning by Jason Becker. Alrighty, and for our last category, number 5, I've gone with the ultimate solo category, and that is power ballad. You know, in my humble opinion, power ballad solos are just like the ultimate type of guitar solos. Like for me, they're just like the most fun type of lead playing you can ever do. I really do think that our lovely little instrument of the electric guitar was just made for these type of solos. It's the most satisfying thing ever, just to rip a load of huge fucking bends and loads of stupid guitar faces. And these types of solos nearly always have really fun chord progressions to play over, which just gives you like so many different possibilities of things to do. And I have no idea what you guys will think of this pick, but in my opinion, the ultimate power ballad of all time is November Rain by Guns N' Roses. Alright mate, do that, then do that. Nice one.